Green foods get a bad rap. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. I'm here to do my best to give those green foods a better rap because they can be both healthy and delicious. Join me today and I'll show you how. Next on SoFlo Taste. How fun is that? Welcome my taste buds. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. Welcome to the Goya Kitchen and the Culinary Lab at Florida Education Institute in Coral Gables. Remember when Kermit the Frog sang, "It isn't easy being green"? Well, it isn't, especially when it comes to food. Most foods that are good for you but don't move the needle on the good taste meter are green. That is until today. Come along as I give you a tasty green food. So let's get cooking. All right, so I am a huge lover of these babies. These are snap peas. It took me forever to get my son to eat them, and I finally found a trick to get most people to love them. So I'm gonna make a snap pea salad. So in this pot, I'm boiling away a seaweed broth. I know that sounds a little weird to do dashi broth and blanch snap peas in them. So what I do is I just take dried seaweed, which is kombu, and very gently cook it for about half an hour and then strain it, and now we're letting it boil with a little bit of salt. So let's go ahead and blanch them as we start to prepare the rest of the ingredients. Make sure you have ice water handy to stop the cooking process immediately because you don't want to overcook them. Nobody likes an overcooked anything, pretty much, but definitely snap peas need to have a snap, right? They're called snap peas. All right, so let's let those be. I've got these gorgeous little baby tomatoes today, which I don't even want to cut them because they're so pretty. I've got some radishes that we can definitely slice. So these are beautiful fresh radishes. Let's go ahead and just cut the little tip off to make slicing a little easier on the mandolin that I have here, or you can of course use a knife. I'll let you decide, but if you're going to use a mandolin, please be careful of the tips of your fingers. And don't go as fast as I am. You really want everything really nice and thin because the snap pea, now that it's cooking, is going to be very delicate on the teeth. And so you want your radishes to be just as delicate when they soak up the vinaigrette. Okay, so let's put these down. I've got some beautiful herbs here. I have some parsley, mint, and dill that I'm pretty much just going to kind of rip up delicately and add those to the salad once everything else goes in. I want them as whole as possible without being obnoxiously whole. Okay, let's start making the vinaigrette right here. First thing we're gonna do is add a little bit of lemon zest. Keep an eye on those snap peas. You don't wanna go longer than 2 minutes. Let's go ahead and try one. See how it crunches. Oh, they're ready. They're good. So if you wanted to serve them just hot, you can basically take them from there and serve them, toss them a little butter, just a little olive oil is fine, a little salt, and you've got yourself a delicious side dish. They're so good. Let's keep going. So, microplaning the zest of the lemon. Put that in the bowl. Cut the lemon in half. And go ahead and squeeze the juice. I think that 1 lemon is more than enough for a salad of this size. Let's go ahead and add some salt. Now, if your family really loves creamy vinaigrettes, go ahead and add a little yogurt to this. But I don't think it's necessary, but I do love creamy vinaigrettes as well, by the way. A little bit of olive oil, nothing too fancy. Let's whisk that up. Okay, starting with the tomatoes. We've got our radishes that we really want them to soak up as much of the vinaigrette as possible. And then we have our snap peas. Drain them really nice and good. If a couple ice cubes get into your salad, it's not a big deal. As a matter of fact, it'll make it nice and cold. So I don't really worry about that kind of thing. So if you wanted to serve some hot snap peas at your table, another thing you can do is blanch them and then throw them into a crazy hot pan without any oil to char them a little bit. And that makes a delicious side dish too. All right, last thing we need are the herbs. And I'm putting a lot of them in there. I always feel that the more herbs you use in your salads, the more delicious they will be. Mix this together. So I guess it's time to get healthy, everybody. We are going to go with a very green day today. Get some cruciferous veggies in us. Make us feel really good and clean and healthy. You know what? We're just going to pour this onto a plate. No need to spoon it. Oof, delicious. Come right back to see if I can continue to give you more good green food here on SoFlo Taste. I bet I can.
Come back to SoFlo Taste from the Goya Kitchen at the Culinary Lab at Florida Education Institute, here on Local 10.
For SoFlo Taste at the Miami-Dade County Food Fair.
Cut! Wrong!
Miami-Dade County Fair and Exposition?
Yep.
Because of all the rides and the entertainment and the animals? Oh, okay, the Miami-Dade County Fair and Exposition. But we are here to eat and sample some of the world's most fun food, fair food. Come with me and we'll take a SoFlo taste tour. And we are here to try one of the fair's new foods, the Cafe Colada funnel cake. Mama Jane, can I please have one of the Cafe Colada funnel cakes?
Of course you can, but would you like it as a funnel cake or an elephant ear?
Elephant ear.
You got it.
It is so warm and chewy, and that Cafe Colada is so delicious, and that streusel really melts in your mouth. And we've come across a Churro Mania. What a great place to get a snack. Thank you. Gracias. To continue our taste tour. As we continue the tour, we've come across another new food at the fair, the Dubai chocolate strawberries. One, please.
And there you go.
Oh, I love strawberries, and these look amazing and fresh. Thank you so much.
Enjoy.
And there is something I have been dying to try on this taste tour, and it is the Flaming Hot Cheetos on roasted corn. Wow, that looks amazing.
There you go, one flaming hot corn.
Thank you. It's sweet, it's creamy, and it is flaming hot, but not so hot where it's uncomfortable. So after a long, hard day of eating and riding rides here at the Miami-Dade County Fair and Expo, we're finishing our tour in the beer garden, where they've got a little something for everyone. Beer, wine, cocktails, seltzers, but I'm gonna finish this tour off with an ice cold beer. Cheers.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein. Have you seen the title of this show? It's Tasty Being Green, a corruption of the song It Isn't Easy Being Green. So let's get back to my green recipes. Okay, everyone, have you ever heard of a frittata? Frittata is an egg dish, and it's really simple. And what I love about a frittata using greens is you can sneak any and every type of green into it, and it's just gonna be delicious because it's in a frittata, right? So we're gonna get all kinds of beautiful green vegetables. You know, the darker the green, the healthier it is, the more vitamins it's got in it, nutrients, but We're just gonna kind of go all over the board because I like flavor and I like texture. And so we're gonna start out with leeks, asparagus, peas, and spinach. So let's go ahead and begin the cooking process of the veggies. And after we add the veggies, we'll add the egg. All right, so I'm gonna start out with the leek because to me that takes a little bit longer than everything else to cook. And you don't want to cook everything all the way because it's still going to have more cooking time with the egg in it in the oven. So everything can still be pretty crisp once it goes in. All right, next we're going to go ahead and add the spinach. And this is baby spinach I'm adding, but it doesn't really matter what kind of spinach you add to it. You can also add chopped spinach if you'd rather, if you find that easier to handle. Next, we'll put some asparagus. And finally, the peas. I've got beautiful herbs. And for the eggs, I've decided instead of adding cream cheese, which a lot of chefs or caterers do, to make it even creamier, I'm gonna add a little Greek yogurt to the egg. It will just add some more richness and not dry out the egg as it cooks. Frittata does take a little while to cook in the oven, so this will make sure that you're not getting a more dry egg. I'm gonna add just a tiny, tiny little pat of butter in there, just for the egg. Some salt and pepper. And I'm not too sure how much of this will fit into the pan, but I'm going to try to go as much as I can without overflow. So let's go ahead and start pouring that in. Whatever pieces of yogurt have not completely emulsified into the egg will melt during the cooking process. Oh, it fit, yay. So let's go ahead and just mix it up a little bit. And you can see its beautiful green colors. I actually have room to add the rest of it. Let's add the rest of the spinach. And a little bit more of the leek. And I'm just going to add a little touch of goat's cheese crumbles right over the top before I add it into the oven. If you don't like goat's cheese, then don't add it in. You can add whatever cheese you want or none at all. But that should melt right over our egg as it cooks. Okay, going into a hot oven. I'll see y'all when it's ready, just a little bit. So come right back to SoFlo Taste. Stay tuned to SoFlo Taste. We'll be right back.
It's a Milam's Markets Minute. Here's Melinda Harper.
Christy, we know Milam's is huge on customer service. Tell us what makes this store so special.
So if you come into our store and you don't see something you're looking for, you better bet we're going to do our best to get it for you.
Okay.
So a few customer requests we've had recently are bone marrow, but not for humans, for dogs. So we've cut it into small sections and you can get it at the meat counter. And then we have another one, White Mountain Bulgarian probiotic yogurt. I've never had it before.
Looks delicious.
I've heard it's good. It's in this huge container, so it must be good. They're grapes and fruit covered with a juice. I've never tried it before, so I'd love to try it with you and
All
see
right.
what the hype is.
Let's have a taste.
So if you come here and you don't see something you're looking for, you can just go to our checkout lane and we have these product request forms. You can also scan this QR code we have on our register screens. Someone at our office gets back to you within a few days to let you know if we can get it or not.
So I suggest you come out to Milam's, and if you don't see something in a store, you can definitely request it. And if you can't make it out to a store, Christy, what do people do?
Just shop online and get the best delivered to your door.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste, here from our home in the Culinary Lab at the Florida Education Institute, a great place to learn. You can earn your diploma in culinary arts, pastry and baking arts, associates of applied sciences, or culinary and hospitality management. Graduate from any of these FEI culinary arts programs and begin an exciting new career. Classes start very soon. For more information on classes and their upcoming Chef Master Series with Massimiliano Liberatore, visit fei.edu/culinary-arts or call the admissions department at 305-444-1515. Now back to its tasty being green. So did you ever wonder how, when you go to those Asian restaurants, how they do that stir-fried vegetable so well? Well, so do I. So let's try to figure it out together. I'm gonna kind of mimic a Thai style of stir frying. I'm using gailan, which is a Chinese broccoli. But if you want to, and if you find it, you can also use, I brought along some yu choy, which is related to the bok choy, and it's almost the same shape. What's interesting is the gailan has these little florets like broccoli, and I think that the stem is a little more tender in the gailan. Anyway, I cut them all in half lengthwise, and I trimmed them down just a little bit. But I really wanted to keep them as whole as possible because I just find them so delicious. All right, so I've got a pot of boiling water right here. What we're gonna do is go straight from that to stir frying. So let's talk about the sauce really quick. I did say it had a Thai flavor to it. So I've got here oyster sauce, which does have trace amounts of oysters, so if anybody in your family is allergic, you might not want to use it, but there are vegetarian oyster sauces out there, just so you know. A little bit of fish sauce, or nukcham, a little touch of sugar, and then a little bit of minced garlic. I always smell garlic before I add it in. I don't know why, it's an old thing that I do. I just like to know how fresh it is, and you know that if it just tastes like beautiful fresh garlic, it's good, and if it tastes stinky, it's a little bit old. All right, there we go. So I've got boiling water here. My wok is pretty nice and hot already, so it's time to go in because this is going to be a pretty quick process. Let's go ahead and add the gailan, or Chinese broccoli, to the pot, and I'm just going to count to about 30. So now I'm going to heat up the oil, and it will make a little splashy splash because we are going straight from water to oil, so just be careful. And you always want to see a little bit of smoke when you stir fry. Okay, we're going to go ahead and go in. I'm going to drain as much as I can. I'm using a spider, and here we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and season this with a little bit of salt, just a touch. This does have a lot of salt in it, so I don't want to go too crazy. And now I'm going to go in with all of my sauce. It's a small amount, and it has the garlic that has to cook out a little bit too. This only takes about a minute to finish cooking, and what's lovely is the oyster sauce is going to make it nice and glazy and shiny. And then all the other ingredients, obviously, including the oyster sauce, will make it beautifully flavorful. Let's go ahead and pour it into our serving plate. And there you have it, a beautiful Thai-inspired stir-fry green vegetable. It is so delicious. The smell is just so potent and so gorgeous. If you like things simpler, just add a little soy sauce to it. But make sure you taste it. Come right back to SoFlo Taste here on Local 10. We'll see what's going on with our frittata. SoFlo Taste will return right after this. Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. Let's go ahead and check on our frittata. It's looking pretty puffy and beautiful. Oh my goodness, look how beautiful this is, guys. And if you want to, like I said, you can just top it with some beautiful herbs. I mean, I don't know, it doesn't really need much of anything. I'm done. I think I've shown you the most beautiful, and what a variety, right, of dishes that you can do with your greens. I just really hope you taste them. Thank you for joining me today, and remember, if any of my recipes from this week or any week caught your eye, or better yet, your taste buds, just visit SoFloShows.com or scan this quick response code for a quick response trip to our SoFlo Shows page. It's a good resource for all things SoFlo Shows. So I'm giving you the green light to try any or all of these green food recipes. I promise they make the green on your plate look good and taste so good. So taste buds, have a great week. I'll see y'all next time. I'm Michelle Bernstein. Goodbye, and good taste. Forever green.